On this episode of Chicago Beer Pass, Nick and I are drinking the 2020 lineup from Goose Island. 7 Bourbon County releases this year. We give them all a try. First time having them, first reactions, and we rank them from top to bottom. Here we are, hitting up events, drinking our way through Chicago beer, and trying not to miss a thing.
Yeah, because, the cork popped out, it flies like fucking 10 feet. We're like, yeah, let's do it.
All you have to do is add some fruit, stir it up, and ride that milkshake wave.
Whenever I see him, I gotta take a photo with the most decorated brewer in Chicago, Jonathan Cutler.
It'll be like the stuff you hear. Every time you go to Floyd's, all the music sounds like this. Raw, raw, raw.
Sometimes you want a small beer, but really, you want a big beer.
You gotta take in all those big aromatic hops.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Waiting in line for a bottle release?
Should have never been a fad. The black IPA is delicious.
Hey, and welcome to Chicago Beer Pass. I'm Brad Chmielewski,
Brad, what's up, man? I'm Nik White.
and we got a big night ahead of us, a big episode here. We got 7 Bourbon County Stouts to taste. This is the 2020 lineup.
I haven't been this excited in a long time for the full Bourbon County lineup. Some of that stuff was real wacky for a few years.
Okay.
Northwoods.
I feel like this is a solid offer.
Yeah, I feel like they put their back into it, Brad.
Okay.
This is what they're capable of.
It's okay. And then we got a little Miller High Life as our chaser beer, water.
It's a champagne of beers, Brad. It says it right on the can.
Yeah, so we're celebrating here.
Brad's rocking his goose hat.
Yeah.
I got on a vintage goose shirt. We're ready.
We got the 2006 goose in the background if you're watching the video.
I'll tell you, that is making me as happy as anything else, is this fucking 14-year-old BCS.
Yeah.
Just chilling in the back.
We'll dive into it at some point here. But maybe not tonight, because we got each one of these 7 clocks in around 14%.
Yeah.
And they only, once you open them, Goose was nice enough to give us some stoppers, but you have about a week to drink it.
Yeah, I think a week tops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do we need to know, or should we just get going?
Let's get right into it. By now, I think the folks at the folks at home are going to know that the OG BCS,
Right.
for the most part, has always been Buffalo Trace or Heaven Hill barrels. And this year, they called out Wild Turkey as well. So it's a blend of those barrels. Buffalo Trace, Wild Turkey, and Heaven Hill.
Okay. And the original has the black little neck thing here.
Yeah. And speaking of original, it's like the original BCS, the first ever BCS was Jim Beam barrels.
Okay.
So it's interesting that they've gone away from that completely, actually, right?
Okay, yeah.
And then, according to the stats.
And then it also said it could be 14.3 or 14.6. We have a 14.6 bottle.
We got ourselves a sixer.
So we're gonna kind of keep almost like a taster of OG on the side here as we run through the rest of these. Kind of maybe always going back to, reminding ourselves what it was.
Which is funny because we're gonna probably do this exact same thing this exact same way in like an hour.
That's true. Yeah. We're recording this before we're doing our media tasting. We'll probably learn more information and facts that would be good to share, but we got.
Yeah, we're assholes, so we're going in.
Beer showed up. We gotta drink them.
All right.
It smells a little sweeter than I remember.
Yeah.
But that could just be. I haven't had Bourbon County probably since FOBAB last year.
I think I might have had. Yeah, I probably had it off and on. It's the classic charred oak and chocolate nose for me.
That tastes different. It has like a little bit of a. There's something different there. No? Am I crazy?
No, well, mouthfeel and texture is definitely a little different.
Yeah.
Definitely a little lighter, right? It's a little.
Maybe a little spicier? I don't know. This is also coming off the High Life, so I'm getting like my mouth has to adjust to it.
That's true. I was what was I watching? And they said I think it was a Scotch thing. And like sniff it. go back in, sniff it again.
Yeah.
And that second time, everything you get more adjusted, which I never do. I never sniff it twice looking for stuff. I tell you, it was always like Goose has always been, I think, flourless chocolate cake is the phrase that comes to mind when I think OGBCS. But I'm pleasantly excited. I'm pleasantly surprised about the oak. I get a proper oak presence here. It doesn't feel as desserty as years past.
That's what I'm feeling. It's not as rich and a little more barrel, like not as rich is the wrong word, like thick. It's a little lighter, a little more barrel characteristic.
Part of me wonders if it's us. We've gone around the bend another year. Because, we first had Daisy Cutter when Balmoral opened, and we swore up and down. It was different.
Yeah.
And then we hung out with them, and they were like, no, it's the same shit.
It's the same.
It's you. You're different.
You've changed, man. You've changed.
So, but I tell you, I like the char on this, man. The char, the smoke are as present as everything else, and I don't recall it being like that before.
So where would you suggest we go next? Like, what's going to be our closest to original as we run through? Like, what do they recommend? We're going to do original, birthday, anniversary, and Carmela.
Carmela's the wheat wine.
Yes. So that will be like the first.
Well, those are the ones. Well,
oh no, that's the second. Yeah, the first grouping.
Yeah.
So I would assume those kind of go together a little more, right?
Let's not fuck around. Let's get into this. Let's get into this birthday bourbon, Brad.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the pink one?
Yeah.
So this one has the.
Is that lavender?
Yeah, like a purple pink. Yeah, and it has the Old Forester little thing on the back. I believe we talked about that a little last time.
Yeah, Old Forester. Cheers to them. They are the oldest continuously bottled bourbon in the country. Old Forester. Yeah, and birthday bourbon celebrates the founder's birthday. I think his name's George Garvin Brown. Okay. George Garvin Brown.
Yeah, George Garvin Brown.
So that's why it's birthday bourbon. It's actually an 11-year-old whiskey.
Brown Foreman's birthday.
Yeah. And I think that's what I got most excited about, Brad, was like, they got the resources to get these fancy barrels, and they
money.
Yeah.
They got the money.
They got the cash, man, and they're not pulling any punches with getting them.
Right.
So.
Well, they're also advertising to a group of people to go after these bourbons and whiskeys. The logo's now on here. Old Forester. There's a Weller logo. There's just other logos on each of them now, reminding people, hey,
you're right.
If you see this when you're out, you want to get it and think of Goose Island. Yeah,
that's a good point. And then, this combined with the fact that they've been going down there for a few years now to just hang out at the distilleries to get everyone's story. I love the bringing of those two things closer together. Those origin stories. Origin stories might be my favorite part of the whole shit.
Wow.
The origin stories.
The tasting notes say chocolate, vanilla, maple, berry, cinnamon for birthday. It does have a little more spice, like a tickle to the nose, I guess.
That's the power of suggestion right there, because now I'm looking at the color, and it looks like a berry-colored label.
Yeah.
And then you say berry. Now that's all I'm going to fucking taste.
It does. All right, let me take another sip. So many flavors, so much complexity always going on in bourbon counties. It is sweeter than original.
Yeah, where it reveals itself is that it's not as aggressive. Yeah, it's not as aggressive with the oak and wood character. This actually kind of reminds me of like last year's BCS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, okay. Interesting. I wonder.
It's a totally different experience. It's a different shade. It's the exact same flavors, just this one, dare I say, because how if it's too sweet or too oaky for you, those things fall off if you keep just OGBCS for 2 years.
Yeah.
So dare I say older? It's older, but without the the actual like
The
what
age.
you cardboard is what you pick up, right?
Yeah.
Or basement. It doesn't have that in coordinates with sitting on it longer.
That's usually like old, like,
Old.
or you get that air in there. But you could, if you put this to someone and said, "Hey, it's Bourbon County," not prefacing any of, "Hey, it was aged in this and it's different," it tastes exactly like Bourbon County.
Yeah.
You wouldn't. Not that there's nothing special. There's just like, yeah, there's Bourbon County. I don't. What am I missing here?
Why'd you make me buy 7 of the OGs to get this one?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there are the berry that's in the Old Forester is in the OG, but it's just hidden at the mid palate.
Yeah.
But on this one, if there's a berry thing, I think it comes at you a little bit right away. It comes at you more right away.
Yeah. And I think it's a little. There's a little more body to it than the original, but man, it's close. Like,
Almost like grape wouldn't do it justice, but it's kind of like I'm trying to think of a fruit that reminds me of that berry flavor, but just mixed berry. Let me just go with
mixed
that.
berry,
Just
but
like,
not Revolution mixed berry, because that was juice.
that was like a summer cocktail. Mixed berry and strawberry.
That's what Rosa should be. It should be mixed berry.
Tell me about it.
But
Just next year, just put mixed berry D-Star in Rosa cans.
Yeah.
Just do that.
But right off, I don't think I would chase this one. Like, it's
Yeah.
good.
It's OG BCS, a little smoother. I hate the word smooth. A little smoother with a little more fruit character.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, it's very similar.
Yeah. And probably the next one we're going to try is the Anniversary Bourbon County, which is probably going to taste very similar too. So this is the one aged in Weller barrels.
Yeah.
It's it's like 1% on the ABV higher.
But now this one, Brad, is aged for 2 years versus
Okay.
these others.
Aged in Weller 12 year, and you have the
Got
Weller
the,
to go
got the
with
source
it, right?
whiskey. Yeah,
Which one's your?
that's.
All right.
I gotta save some of this OG for the tasting, man. I gotta calm down.
I know. So this one is like the green pine color.
Yeah. Aged in 12-year-old Weller 12 barrels. 12-year-old Weller 12 barrels. God damn it.
So what does it say? With our original Bourbon County is aged for 4 to 5 years in 1 year barrels. So the added age of these Weller barrels paired with an extra year of the beer in the barrel adds stronger barrel flavors. You get a little more, you get a little more like bourbon oak.
Fucking like leather. Almost like
Get some of those dark fruits.
cigar.
Okay. Gotta dive in.
That's where,
interesting.
yeah. I think of the 3, that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Birthday seemed like a light version of it.
Yeah, there is a concentration of flavors. There's a richness there that I'm really fucking with.
Birthday
off the
feels
drink.
like it's your birthday during a pandemic. Yeah. It's your birthday, but it's really not that exciting.
You know,
You didn't do anything cool.
it's not in your top 5 of birthdays.
No.
It's not your all-time favorite birthday.
And that's where birthday, like, it's special, but, But this one, the anniversary, is kind of like, oh, that's nice. That's special.
Yeah. It pours like something special is a good descriptor. Yeah.
Huh.
That's great.
Would
I
you,
like that a lot.
what was I? The Forester barrels versus the Weller barrels, or even the bourbon itself.
Yeah.
Do you have one you go to over the other?
Yeah, I gotta be honest with you, man. I think since the pandemic, I've probably had more of Old Forester than I have of Weller. I mean, I've got the same number of bottles. Old Forester, you don't feel guilty about putting it in cocktails or sipping it with a beer on a Zoom call.
Okay.
And then they have, I just like the flavor. Overall, Old Forester has like more of these like, I would say cherry and peanut flavors, right? I think just overall in their everyday lineup. The Weller stuff, A, is harder to find, but then B, Weller's a wheated whiskey, so the absence of rye, it always kind of leans caramel and vanilla and honey forward, right? With a little spice. Except for the Weller 12, which is not my favorite Weller. Weller 12 kind of tastes like, it's not a bad whiskey, but it kind of reminds you of an Irish whiskey, which I like because Irish whiskeys are almost kind of light and floral and spicy, but it's almost in a different direction of the other Wellers, taste-wise. So, just overall, sorry to run on, but overall, I like the Old Foresters just as an everyday lineup.
Okay.
The best of the Old Forester stuff and the Weller stuff I've had, my favorite might be the Weller Full Proof or really the Weller 107. Those are probably my favorite ones.
Yeah, I was just wondering since we're kind of not excited about birthday, but you like the whiskey better. So just wondering if it was the whiskey doing it or if it's actually the I don't know, execution.
Yeah. No, that's a fair question. And then
So we're moving quick through these.
I like it.
So we're gonna go into Caramella, right? Cara. You want to say caramel, but it's
Right.
Caramella.
It's Caramella.
And apparently this is a Italian candy or something. It's our
No, Spumoni is the Italian candy one, right?
or candy. It's candy in Italian.
Oh.
Caramella or candy in Italian is a wheat wine aged in larceny wheated bourbon barrels with apple, cinnamon, and natural caramel flavor. So I think of those like caramel pops.
Okay.
Apple taffy, wheat wine sort of thing. Okay. So this one's also green, but it's green with a white band as well. They're running out of colors here. It's basically karate here. You get a stripe or no stripe.
If there's a suggestion box, that's what I would put. Like, tell us what colors you use for the neck label.
Yeah. Oh man, this one pours really light.
But it's a wheat wine though. It's not BCS.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So my understanding of the wheat wine recipe is that it's the exact same amount of ingredients, but instead of the super dark malts in BCS, they use wheat.
Okay. And apparently their lab tech created this for variant as a tribute to his love of seasonal flavors.
It looks
So
like
this-
fucking whiskey, I tell you that.
This guy just likes bobbing for apples. Like, that's his thing.
I'm glad we didn't have this in person if we're hanging out with an apple bobber.
Yeah, it says it will transport you to a crisp autumn day, like today.
Oh, dude.
But yeah, that color, I really like the color of this one.
Smells like candy.
Yeah, wow. All right, going in.
Smells like a candy apple, that's for sure.
That's fun, good, and gross all at the same time.
It's not like cheap whiskey gross. You know how some cheap whiskeys are flavored cheap whiskey is what I meant to say. It's not gross like that. It's more of like a respectable version of that. But just the idea of having a flavored whiskey, first thing I think about is fucking Fireball or
Right.
Apple Jack Daniels or Apple Jim Beam or some
Yeah.
bullshit, right?
Applejack.
Yeah. It's like it just takes you to a place you don't want to remember.
Yeah.
You fucked up and you got some bullshit ass fruit juice and some shitty whiskey in college.
This one makes you think, tonight's gonna be great, but tomorrow's gonna suck a lot. Right?
Yeah, and I don't know if we're doing it justice because this is like a gourmet version of those things, but since we've had so many bad experiences with those types of things, I think that's the first thing I thought about.
Right. Like if someone came up with a hurricane inspired or a SoCo inspired thing, I'd be like, no, that's this. I'm in trouble here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. I could see this. People like anyone who puts like bourbon or anything in their coffee. Maybe a splash of this, you get like maybe a little pumpkin spice Irish coffee kind of like flavor going on.
That's a good call. Now I'd like to try that. That sounds good, actually. That sounds like Sunday morning. Like, hey,
Yeah.
let's fuck around with that. I like it for that. Yeah, it's got more of a liqueur quality than I would want. I don't fuck around with liqueurs a whole lot,
Yeah.
you know?
As I'm drinking it, it's almost leaving almost like a campfire char in my mouth. Like my mouth is dry and sort of like, I don't like what I was ingesting here, or like something
there's
chalky.
There's something like
Huh.
almost like you know, apple turnover kind of vibe.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I didn't in my old apartment. I didn't have a microwave, so if somebody baked me a piece of apple pie, I'd have to put it in the pan and heat it up and put
Okay.
it. You know what I mean? And some of it gets charred, kind of like that a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like it reminds me of those things. I don't hate it. It is definitely not my favorite.
Yeah. It's not very sweet, which
But you get points for that, and then it doesn't taste medicinal, which it could. You put
Yeah.
fucking caramel flavors in it.
and I think our minds of these flavors are very sweet. Like we have like taffy apples, these are like apple turnover, like the McDonald apple pies,
Yeah.
or any of that. It's all heavily sweet. So then it has all those flavors, but it's not sweet. It's nice, but it's like that doesn't. It's not the same.
Yeah. It's cute. It's cute. I think that's the best thing we could say about it. It's cute, and then it's not overly what's the word? It's not overly cloyingly sweet. So, and it could have been a mess. It could have been messy as fuck. Like I think last year's barley wine, wheat wine. Last year's wheat wine,
Yeah.
where they had this new process and they added now with more wheat flavor, and
That's the yellow one.
it was just like saturated and just kind of like out of step, and I didn't care for it at all. This could be that, but it's not.
Yeah, I could see maybe if you're taking this to a party or family gathering, non-stout family members might be able to get behind this one.
Yeah, and as a fall release, this is their version of the pumpkin spice latte or spiked apple cider.
Yeah.
This is their This is their fall. This is Bourbon County autumn
Bourbon County.
or whatever the fuck, right?
Okay. Huh. I won't be like going back to that one. I may revisit there after I'm all done and be like, what was that one?
See if something else jumps out.
Yeah.
How we doing here? We're doing okay.
Okay, so then, according to their tasting schedule, you'd take a break, you'd refresh.
For us, that means high life.
So then we got to go into what? Kentucky Frog Proprietors Special Number 4.
Fog.
Fog.
Yeah.
Not frog. Did I say frog?
Yeah.
Oh. Kentucky Fog, which I think is this one, right?
The next one.
Oh, like the
Yeah.
gray kind of
Oh,
one.
with their old Grey tea.
Right. So it's a stout aged in bourbon barrels with Earl Grey tea, black tea, and then they add honey.
Texas Gold.
Yeah. This one makes
Black tea.
whenever I think of tea beer now, I think of our Orin.
Fantastic. What was it? Spiced latte or something?
Yeah, that was a Thai iced tea.
Thai iced tea.
All right, let's just spice out with my high life. It's gonna.
Fuckery is what's going on now, her butt. It also said we should have water on hand, which we have not. I've been here for hours. That's not a drop of water consumed.
There's water around. Feel free. All right, here we go. So this one, I guess on the name alone, sounds interesting and fun.
And I tell you, I don't know dick about like Kentucky Fog as a beverage, but it sounds like it's whiskey and tea, I guess, right?
Okay.
I've never heard that term before. You?
No, I don't think I've ever had one. Yeah. I feel like I've had something else like that, like a tea and other beverage,
Yeah.
like a sun tea with like vodka or something like that. What? That's the weirdest
it's
smell ever.
Very like evergreen tree. It smells like Christmas trees, man.
Christmas tree or cleaning fluid.
I think we both looked at each other like maybe I need somebody. Like, you gotta slow me down on this OG, man. It had a very.
That smells like
I get
pine sol.
and clove.
Pine sol and clove.
Yeah, I get a lot of clove. I got a lot of wintergreen.
Huh.
Pine sol, clove, wintergreen gum.
Man, that's a smell that you either love or you avoid. Like, I don't drink that.
Yeah.
I know that's poison.
Dang. Whatever if boughs of holly was a smell,
Wow.
that's what this smells like. I don't know what that means, but that's what it smells like.
All right. My mind is already like, not going to like this.
What is this? Honey, Earl Grey tea, and black tea?
No. Speechless on that.
I don't know, man. I don't know. And licorice. Clove.
Black licorice and clove and pine sol.
Licorice, pine sol, boughs of holly, and fucking Christmas trees. That's what this tastes like.
That's sad.
And it's got a bouncy mouth too. Like, we had a beer once from Brickstone. It was called a orange dreamsicle stout.
Yeah.
And it tasted like spit a little bit.
Oh.
That's gross, but we were like, it feels like it's got an unpleasant texture. Like, this beer doesn't make me happy. God damn it.
No, I'm trying to like finish it so I can like not have any more in my glass.
I just want to be happy, man. What the fuck, man?
What?
Why can't I be happy?
What
man?
am I missing in this? Earl Grey tea
so
and
fucking
black tea from Kilogram Tea. I don't know. As well as clover honey from the Honey House.
Now I get some honey a second sip. And you
Trust us, you'll never have to try it. Oh, what? This variant brings a new meaning to I'm a little teapot, short and stout. What? No, thank you. I said I wasn't going to go back to the wheat wine. I'm going to go back just for the flavor.
Some of the shock goes away. But you know what?
Wheat wine tastes pretty good now.
Yeah, wheat wine ain't so bad. But you know, it was like a double Gravedigger Billy last year. And I was like, I expected it to be fun and on the edge of all things cool, and it just ended up being just like kind of maple syrup and cigarettes, kind of.
Yeah.
I think they had good intentions for it.
There's something in that tea. One of those teas is not working for me. Someone else may love that. It might not be our thing.
We're trending in the opposite direction. These first three, out the gate.
Weller is still the best anniversaries.
Yeah.
Top.
I'd say so too. Yeah.
Well, Nick's almost finished the bottle of original, so. Yeah.
I'm trying to go back. OG's holding its own this year.
All right. Cool.
That's a wild ride, that fucking fog. No wonder I never heard of this shit, man. Kentucky fog? No, no one's out here doing this.
I feel like I had that once. You don't want it. It's like it's almost like makes me think of it's it's the Kentucky's version of Malort. Like, hey, you gotta try this. Cool. I don't need like this very often, but somebody's gonna like it.
You're coming up. If you stand in line and that's all they got, you came up short. You might as well just get. Well, you get it, and get some OGs and get it, and make your own decision.
I don't know. That was. I'm scared now.
If
I'm scared.
No, we're gonna bounce back. What what are
so
we
we got
doing
prop.
next?
Prop.
Let's do prop.
So that's blue.
Yeah. Now prop is this year's prop is spumoni, spumani, which is the Italian dessert.
Man, what are they up with the Italian over there? Must be. Yeah. Third. Yeah.
We got 30
There's
minutes.
a third generation Italian American brewer, Emily.
What you like Italians, Brad? What the hell's going on here?
I'm just like, what's up with all this Italian? Come on, where's the Polish stuff? Where's the punch key, Bourbon County? That's what I'm waiting for. You're in Chicago.
Hey, save it for the Q&A, bud.
We need
all right.
prop should be a punch key.
How far along in the trials did Punchkey? I have a question. This is Brad here.
Have you ever tried a punch key prop?
All right.
Because they also had that other one with the chocolate orange.
Oh, Midnight Orange.
Isn't that a Italian or is that a German
Shit.
thing? Like
It might have been like a coffee dessert.
oh,
thing
but the tradition
of like an orange.
orange in the tree, is that Italian or is that a
Shit.
German thing? Wait, German is the pickle in the tree,
I
right?
think this one was like a chocolate covered orange thing they
Yeah,
bought
I think
for.
that's Italian too.
I don't know.
Just feeling like
You feel
come on. Polish not getting very many. Spumoni. Tricolor
No, that
frozen,
sounds nice.
frozen dessert. So it's
You know
it's
what,
the
man?
3-color ice creams.
That's Neapolitan.
Yeah. So
So it's the Italian Neapolitan?
is a tri-colored frozen dessert. Oh, that contains candied fruit and nuts.
I don't think that's Neapolitan no
Uh,
more. You know what I was going to say? Black Forest cake. That's what this smells like.
Oh, that's tasty. Kentucky fog. You did me wrong.
Because was it last year's prop that was just very subdued? I think last year's prop was like double chocolate fucking prop.
Right.
Right? Like it was like nothing to it. No, it might have been like all their favorite, all the best hits. So it was like chocolate and fuck. What was last year's prop?
I don't remember.
I think it was just like double chocolate fucking prop.
That might have been 2017 because I remember the prop. I don't know. The props are always they're high on my list when I have them. I'm like, yeah, these are great. This is dessert.
I'm a big fan of this one.
Interesting. July. This is also
Goose Prop 2019.
prop is also the last one here to be bottled in October. So, okay.
Why is my fucking internet so slow, man? Jesus Christ.
Man, that's nice. Okay.
I was
You
trying to
get
see.
pistachios, cocoa nibs, the vanilla flavors. Yeah. Emily
Oh, last
also
year.
created the 2016 prop. Is the first brewer to have 2 props. So see, lots of Italian desserts going on in these props.
Good job by you, Emily.
No, that's great. Like, because the prop is the one where usually the brewers or everyone has the opportunity to kind of like come up with a variant.
I want to say that's how I think that the trials are how a lot of this is done, right?
Right. So you're often given Bourbon County to take home, blend it with stuff.
Yeah.
What can you come up with? Pickle juice, whatever's in your fridge, cheese.
What do you got? You got some, you got garlic aioli in there.
some kimchi, some kimchi Bourbon County, whatever.
The
Try it out.
My all-time favorite prop is probably the banana nut bread one from a few years ago.
Okay.
Bananas Foster.
That might have been
2017 probably.
That was 2016 was hers. Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
This is good. I don't know where it ranks in the all-time pantheon of props, but I rank it above that double chocolate one, whatever year that was.
And I rank it above a few others in this year's lineup.
Yeah, I think we're back. I think we're trending back up. I think we had OG birthday and anniversary, and we were trending up. Then we started trending down. I tell you, I think we're headed back up.
All right. So then the final one, special number 4, which is like $800 at Jewel or something, right?
Oh shit!
It's like I think it's like $80, or that was the price point or something, right?
Wow.
I thought it might have been a typo. I think Zoller had tweeted this out,
That's a go fuck yourself price.
but it
for a
might have
bottle of
been
beer.
a mistake.
Yeah.
So number 4 is a oatmeal stout variant.
And we talked about this maybe in the pre-show, maybe on the show, but like if it were Bourbon County with oatmeal added to the brew, right?
Yeah.
Is it an oatmeal stout or is it a stout that then is finished on oatmeal?
Yeah.
Because that doesn't make sense. You can finish something on tea because that's how tea works.
So
But
it's
did
a
you
oatmeal stout variant of our original Bourbon County Stout recipe. So it is an oatmeal stout,
Okay.
but it uses crystal oats.
Maybe that was our issue. We didn't know what the fuck a crystal oat was.
Okay. So this smells totally different. I believe there's maple syrup in this as well.
Maple syrup
And
and coffee.
coffee.
This is this year's coffee variant.
Oh, okay. There's no coffee. Yeah. This smells like breakfast. It's kind of fun. It's also the lowest ABV of all of them. Comes in at 13.3. Huh. That's nice.
I was trying to figure out what a crystal oat was. Oh, yeah. I love the coffee integration. I will give Goose credit because, like, even whether it's Big Hugs or even Rev, not super massive, but Cafe D.
Yeah.
When you have their coffee stouts, it's integrated in a way that it just kind of elevates the stout flavors, but it doesn't particularly taste like fresh coffee. This is kind of reminiscent of coffee, more so.
Yeah.
Which those are my kind of coffee stouts for it.
And this was bottled in September, so it's been sitting for a little bit, not too long, a little over a month.
I was worried about this one because I was actually worried about anything that had any kind of sweetener added, just because of the Cafe di Alla fiasco last year and the orange chocolate thing from 2 years ago, where it was just stouts in general, where they're just too goddamn decadent, man. So
Yeah, none of the prop is the sweetest of all of these.
yeah,
They're not overly sweet this year. They really almost like dialed that back and went almost like middle of the road, kind of in that sweetness.
and good job by them because this could have went left and just hurt your teeth, fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Which even crews that I really like are making stuff on the edge of sweetness that bothers me. So
All right, so where are we ranking these? What are we putting them at? I think Weller. I gotta go back to it here in a minute, but
Yeah.
I feel like that. Let me finish off.
just off the first impression, so I mean, OG and Weller ranked very high, and then what was this last one? I'm a big fan of this fucking special number 4.
Oh yeah, Weller. I don't know. Prop. You gonna go? Would you put prop over?
That's really the dogfight, right? Because I think
Well, we know Kentucky Fog is last, and our wheat wine is just above that.
the liqueur, the fall, autumn liqueur, wheat wine, yeah.
And then on the bottom is birthday.
There's a berry in there that just, it still ranks higher than this Earl Grey thing, though. Right?
Oh, Earl Grey's the last one. That's what I meant. This one. Oh, this is our.
Yeah.
So is prop above special number 4 or not?
That's interesting. I might have to go back.
That's the
But I think,
tough spot.
yeah.
Because I know no one else watching the video or listening to the audio can see what we're doing here. But
Yeah, but we basically got 3 brackets. The third bracket, the bronze bracket, is the Old Kentucky Fog, Carmela.
they didn't even get awards. They're not bronze. Oh, this guy, the Earl Grey, didn't. He was disqualified.
Yeah, those 3 are definitely bringing up the rear. But in the middle, you've got brand special number 4 and prop, and we're not sure which one is better. Mm-hmm. But I think the ones that are clearly 2 of the faves are the OG and this 12-year.
And that's crazy that we're putting OG as high as we are, because it'll be the easiest one to get, and you will be able to get it for probably 2 years.
Yeah.
So
All right, lightning round. I'm going back to prop.
So don't worry about like going out of your way to get original Bourbon County. It will be there. You often, at a lot of these, have to buy that one before they let you buy a variant. Anyway, prop is too sweet
whatever
for you.
kind of cherries those are, I'm just
In prop?
yeah. Right, because there's levels to that cherry thing, right? There's Bing cherries, there's maraschino cherries, there's like those. What are the bourbon soaked cherries?
Yeah.
There's the cherries that go in creeks. There's the Ballatin cherries. I don't know what kind of cherries these are. But this is a very bright. This is the cherry on top of the sundae cherry. That's how it fucking tastes.
Yeah, these are amaretto
Maybe that's what
cherries.
I'm tasting.
Candied. So these are the cherries that you see that are also chocolated or candied cherries.
It's both bright and sweet, so I think I'm out on the bright sweet cherry, and I would give the edge. I tell you, they fucked up barley wine. Something happened to barley wine where it's soured, coffee barley wine, right?
Okay.
And then and then they X'd coffee barley wine one year. They X'd it one year and they got fucked up one year. Right?
Huh,
I think that's right.
Yeah.
But then they were going coffee barley wine just because there wasn't an appreciation for coffee stout, is what I was saying. And this is almost like the closest we've gotten. At one point, the Intelligentsia Bourbon County Stout was my all-time fave at one point.
The original?
Like 2010.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is
That was the year everyone's been chasing vanilla and coffee.
so to have something that's
Coffee was 2012, right?
yeah, something is like anything similar to that. Coffee might have been in the original. No, 2010, right?
It was 2010 or 2012 was the vanilla, the original vanilla. Was that 2010?
We've seen vanilla twice. Once was vanilla, right? Well, 3 times now.
Yeah, the first vanilla and the first coffee are
Same
the
year.
top.
Yes.
That.
So we're getting closer to that feeling of the first coffee. So I give the edge. I give the edge to that. Sorry.
Yeah, but I think prop and
They're close.
coffee, they could go back and forth if you want something a little more sweet, or do you just like coffee as your dessert? Like, do you want dessert, or do you just want coffee after your meal?
Yeah.
That's kind of where I put those two at.
And if anybody put prop ahead of
Blend
number
the two,
4,
right?
get your little cuvee, Brad. We still got to do the thing, man. We got to get ready for the thing.
We can rinse out glasses. There is water. There's High Life. You do a little splash. No, that didn't work. But in my mind, it worked. So that's where we put it. We put it at Weller is going to be our top. Regular. We'll give it out to coffee. Prop. Old Forester. This wheat wine. And if you see this Kentucky Fog, get your friend to buy it and try theirs. Like, do not...
What Brad said.
Yeah.
I mean, and we're not snobs. We drink beer every week. I wouldn't call us snobs.
We're here drinking High Life.
You know?
Well, it's a champagnes. I guess maybe we are.
But, we're just telling you how it made us feel, so whatever.
Yeah, I think
I don't think it's a bad
I
thing.
guarantee Kentucky Fog, or not. Yeah, that's Kentucky Fog. Somebody's gonna like that's their thing. Those spruce tip pine kind of feelings. Some people really like that. I often don't. So even when I have like a spruce tips beer,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Spruce tips, lingonberry. It reminds me of the Grand Gas at the Swedish Museum with
Yeah.
fucking which was a goose thing.
Some people like it.
That's a thing. People are into that.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I'm not boohooing it like that.
but we're boohooing it.
But yeah, that's not where it's at.
All right. Well, we gotta do a tasting here. So Nick, let's get out of here. Where can people find you when we're not recording?
I'm on Twitter, man. At Nicosio, man.
And I'm on Twitter at BRAD, Chicago Beer Pass, chicagobeerpass.com. All the episodes get posted there. Links to iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube. And yeah, I got to get some episodes up. We got a lot of beer tastings. We got a lot of Rev beers to drink. But we'll be back soon with another episode.